Shalom to the elect of Israel, to the hopeful elect of Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indian, and Haitians. Got to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rekah, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, who teach well, and a sincere salutation to all the occupants pushing the truth throughout the four winds of the earth, the entire world, waking up the hopeful elect. And shalom to the Akbar who are listening and learning. The few sisters who are listening and learning. I'm Isaiah coming into another lesson in truth, facts, faith, and edification. And Lord willing to be edifying. And this is your kingdom, Esau. So your lesson I did yesterday, going into how these Edomites is trying to disrupt prophecy. They're trying to come in, they're trying to come into this thing of ours, as the apostles always say, and they can't. They're trying to be joined and trying to come into the kingdom, which they can't. So this is your kingdom, Esau, Edom, you so-called white people. This is your kingdom. Now, before I get started, I'm gonna say this. Yesterday, you had a female. She was a journalist by the name of Cookie Roberts. She died at 75, an Edomite. You got this Jake that's playing with Cleveland Browns. His wife died. Okay, the Lord judging, man. And you got this Edomite that was on the news this morning. He killed his wife and their 4 kids, the Edomite. Okay? The Lord is judging. And you had a cop that got killed in Alabama. I think it's the city was Tuscaloosa, Alabama. He was a cop, and he kind of bothered me a little bit because the cop was 40 years old, man. Okay? I just turned 40, man. The cop was 40, man. He was on the police force for 13 years. The Lord took him, man. Okay, back in the spiritual realm, man. Then you got this article just popped up in my phone. A Jake, right? You want to read it? Amen. The Lord is judging, man. That's a Jake. And it reads, it say, he was a Yale graduate, Wall Street banker, and entrepreneur. Today, he's homeless in Los Angeles. Okay? It say Sean Pleasance. That's his name, Sean Pleasance. He was a Yale graduate, Wall Street banker, and entrepreneur. Today, he's homeless in Los Angeles. Hey, man, the Lord don't care about you running around here chasing these FRNs, man. Okay? You trying to be something special in Babylon the Great, man. The Lord gonna destroy you, man. Okay? Judging. And say he was a Yale graduate, a Wall Street banker, and entrepreneur, man. Now he homeless in Los Angeles, man. Just some few news headlines, man, because the Lord is judging, man. So this is your kingdom, Esau. Now you got books that Edomites put out, right? Telling you that the Edomites, the so-called white people, they are ruling the earth, man, as the scriptures say. Okay? And without even going and grab the Apocrypha, man. Without even going and without even going to grab the encyclopedia that tell you that 1925, that tell you that Edom is modern day Jewry. You ain't gotta grab that, man. Okay? You don't gotta grab the Apocrypha to even go into Second Ezra, man. Because in Ezekiel, right? In Genesis, all throughout the scriptures, man, in Second Thessalonians, the scriptures tell you that Esau, Edom, is the so-called white man. Okay? It said the earth was given to the hand of the wicked, man. Right? And they was gonna rule the earth, man. Esau, Edom, was gonna have the fatness of the earth by the sword, man. We know who controlled the earth today. Look at your money, man. Okay? Who own the money, man? Edomites. What did Yahushua say? Who the word he called Jesus? What did he tell the disciples, man? He said, who faces on the money, man? And what did they say? Caesar faces on the money, man. So he said, get that which is to Caesar, right? Render that which is to Caesar, and what is to the Most High, what is to Yahweh's, man. Okay? Showing you back then that in the Roman Empire, when our Lord and Savior was walking the earth, man, the Edomites was in rulership. Now, you got this book right here, right? The Roman Empire, the empire of the Edomites. Okay? Then you got the book, who is Esau Edom, right? Now, when you go to this book, matter of fact, real quick, I want to pull this up. It tell you in the book, man. So I'm going to go to it real quick. I'm just going to read from page 5, okay? Now, page 5 in the book, this is what it reads. Hey, man, we know, hey, this is your kingdom, Esau Edom. This is your kingdom, man, okay? Enjoy it, man. The Lord said, rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, man. This is your kingdom. You can't get our kingdom, man, okay? Our kingdom is for the Hebrew Israelites, man. Now, this is our page 5, and who is Esau Edom? Edomite wrote this book, man. Okay, Charles Wiseman, man. It say life and history of Esau, right? Matter of fact, it said the legacy of Esau Edom. To help answer the questions of who is Esau Edom, the first necessary step is to examine the racial and genealogical history of Esau and his descendants, right? The racial and genealogical history of Esau and his descendants, right? Life and history of Esau. Esau was the firstborn of Isaac and thus was heir to the birthright, derived from direct racial lineage of Adam to Noah to Abraham. Thus Esau was racially an Adamite and a Semite, which is supposed to say Shemite, and a Hebrew, the racial stock of the white race. Who wrote this book? Charles Wiseman, which was who? An Edomite, man. Okay? This is the book, Who is Esau Edom? Okay? Probably can't see it. Who is Esau Edom? Okay? So, when you understand that, Edomites wrote these books, man. Just like this book, the Roman Empire, the Empire of the Edomites, okay? Edomites wrote these books, man. Who wrote the encyclopedias? Edomites. And they tell you in there, in the 1925 encyclopedia, that Edom is modern day Jewry, man. Okay? Meaning what? That they are today's so-called Jews today, man. Right? So, understanding this is your kingdom, Esau Edom. This is your kingdom, man. The kingdom of heaven is for the Hebrew Israelites. The Lord gave two separate nations their own kingdom, their rulership. This is your rulership right now. The Lord gave you Edomites. The Lord gave you Edomites the entire planet to rule. The entire planet. This is your kingdom. This is your kingdom. So enjoy it, man. Okay? But this is all you get, man. This is all you get. This is all you get, man. This is your kingdom, man. You cannot come into the kingdom of the Edomite, of the Israelites. You will be in the kingdom, but you're going to be servants, man, for 1,000 years. So enjoy your kingdom. Hey, man, live it up, man. This is Deuteronomy chapter 23, in verse 2, and it reads, "A bastard shall not enter into the congregation of the Lord." Okay? "Even to his 10th generation shall he not enter into the congregation of the Lord," man. A bastard shall not enter into the congregation of the Lord. Even to his 10th generation shall he not enter into the congregation of the Lord, man. A bastard can't come into the kingdom. Period, man. Okay? Now, according to these scriptures, what does it say? Zechariah 9 and 6. "And a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod, and I will cut off the pride of the Philistines." Who's in Ashdod right now? Which is in Israel. Who's over there in that land? The Edomites. Okay? Now, let's examine that, which we do constantly, over and over. This is Psalms 79 and verse 1. And it reads, "O power, the heathen are coming to thine inheritance. The holy temple have they defiled. They have laid Jerusalem on heaps." Who is in the land of Jerusalem right now? Who is in Israel? Edomites, man. Okay? You got Edomites, right? You got Ishmaelites, right? In that land, man. "The dead bodies of thy servants have they given to be meat unto the fowls of heaven, the flesh of the saints unto the beasts of the earth." Now, my point is, and you can go on and on about this, man. Again, Psalm 79 and 1. "O power, the heathen are coming to thy inheritance. Thy holy temple have they defiled. They have laid Jerusalem on heaps." Who's in the land of Israel? Edomites. Okay, you got Ishmaelites over there, but Ishmaelites don't control that land, man. Edomites do, right? The so-called Jews, the Khazars, Amalek, the Ashkenazi Jews, right? Isaiah chapter 1, verse 7, and it reads, "Your country is desolate, your cities are burnt with fire, your land strangers devour it in your presence, and it is desolate as overthrown by strangers. And the daughters of Zion, and the daughter of Zion is left as a cottage in a vineyard, as a lodge in a garden of cucumbers, as a besieged city." Was not Jerusalem besieged? And the Israelites had to flee out of their land, right? Fleeing from the Romans during 70 AD. Okay, starting back in 65 AD, right? So understand the ways of the Lord, man. We know that in our land today is heathens, man, gutter rats. This is Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 21. "And I will give it into the hands of the strangers for a prey, and to the wicked of the earth for a spoil." What does Job 9 and 24 say? The earth was given to the hand of the wicked, right? Again, Ezekiel 7 and 21. That's what the Lord say. "And I will give it into the hand of the strangers for a prey." Give what? The land of Israel. "And to the wicked of the earth for a spoil." So the wicked is in the land destroying it, man. "And they shall pollute it." Do not they have gay parades every year over there, man? Right? What they call it, they got to bring in trees, kaputs. They have to bring in trees because the land is desolate, right? "My face will I turn also from them, and they shall pollute my secret place, which is Israel, Jerusalem, for the robbers shall enter into it and defile it." Verse 24. "Wherefore I will bring the worst of the heathen, Amalek, the Amalekites, and they shall possess their houses. I will also make the pomp of the strong to cease, and their holy places shall be defiled," man. Is that not going on in the land of Israel right now? It's defiled, man. Okay? This is Luke 21 and 24. And it reads, And they shall fall by the edge of the sword. This talking about 70 AD, and shall be led away captive into all nations. This is the 12 tribes of Israel, man. Led away captive to all nations, right? And Jerusalem, Salaki, this is Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, right? And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations. Talking about Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, because that's what that. Because in the time of Jerusalem, who was in Jerusalem? Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, Negroes, Jamaicans, and Haitians. Okay, and Jerusalem shall be trodden down. This is the point. And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the time of the Gentile be fulfilled. Right? Until the time of the Gentile be fulfilled. Now, it say Luke 21 and 24, and they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations, and Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the times of the Gentile be fulfilled, which is coming to prophecy now, man. Okay, the Gentile, hey, everything is being fulfilled now, man, because Esau Edom had been revealed, right? Now, Deuteronomy 23 and 2 say, a bastard shall not enter into the congregation of the Lord, even to the 10th generation shall he not enter, right? Understand it. Who is that bastard? Now let's go to Hebrews chapter 12 and verse 8, and it reads. Now this is about the chastisement, right? If the Lord chastises you, then He's dealing with you, right? So when you understand Hebrews chapter 12, He's going into the chastisement, right? So I'm going to read verse 6. This is Hebrews chapter 12, verse 6. For whom the Lord loveth, He chasteneth, and scourges every son whom He receiveth, right? Talking about the elect. Going to put you through the furnace of affliction, right? If ye endure chastising, it's a power dealeth with you as with sons. For what son is he whom the Lord, for what son is he whom the Father chasteneth not? This is my point, verse 8. But if ye be without chastisement, whereof are all partakers, then are ye bastards and not sons. Okay? What does Deuteronomy 23 and 2 say? Let's get it again. A bastard shall not enter into the congregation of the Lord Yahweh. Even to his 10th generation shall he not enter into the congregation of the Lord. Okay? So a bastard will not come into the kingdom, man. Period. And this is the words of the Lord. Zechariah 9 and 6. And a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod. Where's Ashdod? In Israel. So who's those bastards in our land? Edomites, man. Amalek. And I will cut off the pride of the Philistines, right? Again, going back to Ezekiel. Ezekiel chapter 7, verse Ezekiel 27 and 21. And I will give it into the hand of the strangers for a prey, what? The land of Israel, and to the wicked of the earth for a spoil, and they shall pollute it. It's not our land being polluted constantly, man. Okay. So going back to Hebrews 12 and 8. But if ye be without chastisement, whereof all are partakers, then are ye bastards and not sons. Okay? Furthermore, we have had fathers of our flesh, which corrected us, and we gave them reverence. Should we not much rather be in subjection to the Father's spirits and live? Right? For they verily for a few days chasten us after their own pleasure, but he for our profit, that we may be partakers of his holiness. Now, no chastising for the present seem to be joyous, right? Because we all been, it's a vexation of spirit to be here in Babylon the Great in captivity. But what does Micah 7:9 say? We must bear the indignation of the Lord because we sinned against him, right? So it say, now no chastising for the present seem to be joyous, but grievous. Nevertheless, afterward it yielded the peaceable fruit of the righteous unto them which are exercised thereby. Wherefore lift up thy hands which hang down and the feeble knees, and make straight paths for your feet, lest that which is lame be turned out of the way, but let it rather be healed, right? Repent to the Heavenly Father Yahweh, right? And do the first works, man, the first love. It say, follow peace with all men and holiness, without which no man shall see the Lord, right? So when you go and it say, look diligently, lest any man fail of the grace of power, lest any root of bitterness springeth up trouble you, trouble you, and thereby many be defiled, right? Going into, if the Lord does not chasten you, then you are bastards, man. Okay. Verse 16. Least there be any fornicator, a profane person, that's Esau. Now, when you start back at verse 8, right? It say, but if ye be without chastisement, whereof are all partakers, then ye are bastards and not sons. And then leading up to verse 16, Hebrew 12 and 16 about Esau Edom. Lest there be any fornicator, a profane person as Esau, who is a bastard, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. But ye know that afterward, when he would have inherited the blessing, he was rejected, but he found no place of repentance, though he sought it carefully with tears. Right? So the Lord is saying these Edomites are bastards, and they could not enter into the congregation, even to the 10th congregation. Okay, into the 10th generation, they can't enter into the congregation, man. Now, when you go to Revelation, so this is your kingdom, Esau, Edom. Rejoice, enjoy it, man. So when you go to Revelation chapter 11, verse 1, it reads this. And there was given me a reed like a rod, that was given me a reed like unto a rod, and the angel stood rising, and the angel stood saying, rise, and measure the temple of power, and the altar, and them that worship therein. Right? So the Lord telling John, he said, I'm going to read again. There was given me a reed like unto a rod, and the angel stood, saying, rise and measure the temple of power, and the altar, and them that worship therein. Right? Which is what? What's the reed like unto a rod? The Bible, man. The scriptures, right? But the court which is without the temple, leave out and measure it not. For it is given unto the Gentiles, and the holy city shall be, and the holy city shall they tread underfoot 40 and 2 months. Is they not treading the holy city under their foot? Okay? Since the Greek Empire, man, the Edomites been treading the city down. Again, Revelation 11:2. But the court which is without the temple, leave out and measure it not. For it is given unto the Gentiles, the heathen nations, all 17, and the holy city shall they tread underfoot 40 and 2 months. And let's go back to Luke chapter 21 and 24. What does it say? And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled. Is that not what Revelation is saying? Revelation 11:2. But the court which is without a temple, leave out and measure it not, for it is given unto the Gentiles, and the holy city shall they tread underfoot 40 and 2 months. Okay? So understanding this is in verse 3, it says, I will give power unto my two witnesses, right, which is the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom, and they shall prophesy 1,260 days clothed in sackcloth. When you see the prophets on the highways and byways, is they not clothed in sackcloth? And you got these other counties, they got these nice, beautiful garments. Okay. Verse 4 says, these are the two olive trees, the northern and southern kingdom, and the two candlesticks, northern and southern kingdom, standing before the power of the earth. And if any man will hurt them, fire proceeded out of their mouth and devoured their enemies. What is that talking about? The word of the Lord, man. It's like a two-edged sword, man. Okay? It's saying if any man will hurt them, fire proceeded out of their mouth and devoured their enemies. Meaning what? A spiritual devour, man. And if any man will hurt them, he must in this manner be killed. So if it comes to the point you do get, you do get killed by these Edomites for bringing out the truth of these heathen nations, and the Lord said they're gonna be judged for that. And you coming back, man. Okay, you coming back, man. This is Revelation 11:5. And if any man will hurt them, fire proceeded out of their mouth and devoured their enemies. So if you come up talking madness, right, trying to find some type of way to hurt us, you can't. Because the Lord say, fire proceeded out of their mouth and devoured their enemies. Okay? What is that talking about, man? Let's get it. It's Jeremiah chapter 5 and 14. And it reads, wherefore thus saith the Lord Yahweh, power of hosts, because ye speak this word, behold, I will make my words in thy mouth fire, and this people wood, and it shall devour them. Didn't it just say that? Let's go to Jeremiah 23 and 29. Let's read that one. And it reads, is not my words like as a fire, saith the Lord Yahweh, and like a hammer that breaketh the rock in pieces? What's the rock? These Edomites and their doctrine. We're breaking down strongholds, right? So the word of the Lord is cutting these people to death, man. Okay, it's burning them up. This is Jeremiah 29. Then I said, I will not make mention of him, nor speak any more in his name, but his words was in my heart as a burning fire, shut up in my bones, and I was weary with forbearing, and I could not stay. Okay? So the Lord said he will make your words, he will make his words fire, man. Okay? And these people would. Read one more time. Jeremiah 5 and 14. Wherefore thus said the Lord Yahweh, power of hosts, because you speak this word, behold, I will make my words in thy mouth fire, and these people wood, and it shall devour them. Now going back to Revelation 11, right? 11 and 5. And if any man will hurt them, fire proceeded out of their mouth and devoured their enemies. Meaning you cutting them up with the truth, man. And they can't take it, man. Okay? They are being destroyed, man. They can't take it. But guess what? This is your kingdom. Rejoice and be glad, you Edomites, because a bastard could not enter into the congregation, man, even to the 10th generation. And understanding these scriptures, man, we know you Edomites is in our land today, man. Ezekiel 36, I'm going to start at verse 1. Also, thou son of man, prophesy unto the mountains of Israel, and say, ye mountains of Israel, hear the word of the Lord Yahweh. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh power, because the enemy have said against you, aha, even the ancient high places are ours in possession. Is this not talking about the land of Israel? Yes, it is, man. Okay. Now hold. Let's go to Isaiah 26 and 10. And it reads, let favor be shewed to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness. In the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly. What's the land of uprightness? Israel, man. Okay, the land of uprightness is Israel, and will not behold the majesty of the Lord Yahweh. The land of uprightness is Israel, man, right? Let favor be showed to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness. In the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly. And they have gay parades over there every year, man, right? They over there circumcising kids with their mouths, right? The wicked, man, okay? Or at least they pulling the foreskin off of their mouths, right? Wicked, man. They in the land of uprightness where they deal unjustly, okay? Ezekiel 36 and 1 again. It said, also, thou son of man, prophesy unto the mountains of Israel, and say, yeah, mountains of Israel, hear the words to the Lord Yahweh. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh power, because the enemy have said against you, aha, even the ancient high places are ours in possession. Therefore prophesy and say, thus saith the Lord Yahweh power, because they have made you desolate and swallowed you up on every side. Okay? Doesn't tell you in Hosea 8 and 8, Israel is swallowed up. Matter of fact, let me read that. I don't want to quote nothing. Let me read it. Hosea chapter 8, verse 8, and it reads, Israel is swallowed up. Now shall they be among the Gentiles as a vessel wherein there is no pleasure. Okay? Israel is swallowed up, man. And they are well among the Gentiles, man. So back in Ezekiel 36, Ezekiel 36, and verse 3. Therefore prophesy and say, thus saith the Lord Yahweh power, because they have made you desolate and swallowed you up on every side, that ye may be a possession unto the residue of the heathen, and ye are taken up in the lips of talkers, and are an infamy of the people. Therefore, ye mountains of Israel, hear the words of the Lord Yahweh power. Thus saith the Lord, power to the mountains and to the hills. Mountains is governments, hills is smaller governments, right? And to the rivers, and to the valleys, to the desolate waters. To the desolate waste, which is the heathens trodden down the city, and to the cities that are forsaken, which became a prey and derision to the residue of the heathen that are round about, right? It's not these heathens in our land. We know that today, man. Okay, even they tell you that they the Edomites. Okay. Therefore, thus said the Lord Yahweh power, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen and against all Idumea, which have appointed my land into their possession with the joy of all their heart, with a despiteful mind to cast it out for a prey. They're trying it down to destroy it. Okay, the Idumeans is the Greek word for Edom, man. Go look it up, man. Okay. Prophesy therefore concerning the land of Israel, and say unto the mountains, the governments, and to the hills, right, and to the rivers, and to the valleys. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh power, behold, I have spoken I have spoken in my jealousy and in my fury, because ye have borne the shame of the heathen. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh power, I have lifted up my hand, surely the heathen that are about you, they shall bear their shame. And then the Lord say he was going to make Esau uncover, right? Let's read that. And he said he shall bear these heathen shame, man. This is Jeremiah 49, verse 10. And it reads, but I have made Esau bear, I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. Okay? His seed is spoiled, and his brethren, and his neighbor, and he is not. So your shame have covered you, Esau Edom. The Lord is going to bring you down, right? Because you have took over the land of Israel, you have trodden it down, you have cast Jerusalem on heaps, and you did what, man? You had a perpetual hatred against the Israelites. So according to the Bible, right, according to prophecy, the Edomites was going to control the earth. They're going to take over the land of Israel. They're going to call the land after their own names, right? This is Psalms 50, verse 16. But unto the wicked power saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldst take my covenant in thy mouth, seeing thou hatest instructions, and casting my words behind thee? That means they create their own law. They set aside the laws of the land, which is the laws of Yahweh, and they create their own laws, right? Who it said when thou sawest a thief, did not consent with him, which is we consented with the Babylonians to take down the Israelites, right? And has been partakers with adulterers. Thou gavest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frame of deceit. That's why I said it with their tongue like a sword, right? And it said that they who frame mischief by law, right? So that they tongue frame deceit. Thy citizen speakers against thy brother, thy slanderers thy own mother's son. Just let you know it's talking about Esau and Jacob, right? These things hast thou done, and I kept silent. Thou thoughtest that I were altogether such as one as thyself, but I will reprove thee and set them in order before thine eyes. So the Lord says He's going to set the Israelites in order before you Edomite eyes, and you can't be nothing, and you won't be able to do nothing about it. That's why Wisdom of Solomon 5:1 said they stand in great boldness before the face of such a have afflicted them and made no count of their labors, right? So understanding these scriptures, the Edomites is going to control the earth, right? And they was going to be in the land of Israel in the latter times. Now, like I said at the beginning, not even going to Apocryphal to put out Second Ezra 6 and 9, right? That Esau at the end of the world and Jacob at the beginning of it that follow. It tell you in Ezekiel that the heathen was going to possess the land of the Lord. He said that the Idumeans, right? The Edomites. Micah 2:2. It's saying they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage. Right? Then they take, did not they take the land of Israel, right? 1947, 1948, and start calling themselves Israelis, right? Jews, so-called Jews, right? So we know you got this book by Charles Wiseman, who was Esau Edom. You got this book, the Roman Empire, the Empire of the Edomites. Okay, these Edomites clearly tell you, man, that the Edomites, the Romans was Edomites, man. Okay, going back again to Ezekiel 36, and let me see, is it verse 5? It say, therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh power, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen, and against all Idumea, which is the Edomites, which have appointed my land into their possession with the joy of all their heart, with the spiteful minds, to cast it out for a prey. So, who was in the land of Israel right now, man? What's the land of the Lord? Israel, Jerusalem, man. Who's in that land today? Idumeans, Edomites, man. So understanding these scriptures, man, we know you Edomites is in our land, trotting it down, okay? And this is something that you can't get around, man. But my point of this lesson is Deuteronomy 23:2. A bastard shall not enter into the congregation of the Lord. Even to his 10th generation shall he not enter into the congregation of the Lord. So you Edomites can't get the kingdom. You're going to be in the kingdom, but your ass going to be servants, man. Hardcore slavery, okay? The other heathen nations are going to be able to get closer than you is, man. And I say a bastard shall not enter into the congregation, even to the 10th generation, man. Now, the reason I brought that out, because Hebrew 12:8 says this, man. But if ye be without chastisement, because the Lord say he chastised them who he loved, he chastised them who he loved. Understand this. But if you be without chastisement, whereof all are partakers, then are ye bastards and not sons. You are bastards. Romans chapter 9, and I'm going to start at verse 6, and it reads, now we know verse 4 says, who are Israelites, to who pertain to adoption and the glory and the covenants and the giving of the law and the service of power and the promises. It said, who are the fathers, and of whom concerning the flesh a Mashiach came, who is over all power blessed forever. Right? Amen. Verse 6 is the point. Not as though the word of power have taken none effect, but they are not all Israel, which are of Israel. Paul telling you right there, this is only for Israelites. And all the Israelites ain't gonna get saved on the first go round. They have to come back in the kingdom. Okay? They're gonna have to die, man. Neither because, verse 7, neither because they are the seed of Abraham are they all children. But in Isaac shall thy seed be called. You got a person gonna say, well, it said in Isaac. Then Isaac had Jacob and Esau. Yeah, he did. The Lord get more specific. Verse 8. It said, neither because they are the seed of Abraham are they all children. But in Isaac shall thy seed be called. That is they which are the children of the flesh. These are not the children of God, but the children of the promise are counted for the seed. The children of the promise. Didn't it say in verse 4 in Romans 9 and 4 that the Israelites? But this is the word of promise, and it said, at this time when I will come, and Sarah shall have a son. And not only this, but Rebekah also have conceived by one, even by our father Isaac. But the children being not yet born, neither have done any good or evil, yet the purpose of God, according to election, may stand, not of works, but of him that calleth. It was said unto her, the elder shall serve the younger, that you Edomites. And as it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. What shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with God? God forbid. Right? So the Lord saying, you Edomites is going to rule right now in this kingdom, and then you're going to have to serve your brother Jacob. Okay? Ezra, 2nd Ezra 2 and 6, 2nd Ezra, chapter 6, verse 9 say Esau the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of their follower. Okay? That links up with Ezekiel 36, man. The Lord say the Idumeans have appointed his land into their possession, right? And they trotting it down, man. Understanding these things, you know, bastards can't enter into the congregation of the Lord, right? Even to the 10th generation. The Lord considers you Edomites bastards, man. That's how cold the Lord is. He considers you Edomites as bastards, right? So he says this, man. Lamentation chapter 4, verse 21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom. Why? Because you in your rulership. You in your land. You in your, this. The entire earth was given to your hand to rule, right? Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwelleth in the land of Uz, which is Babylon the Great, North America, and Great Britain, and all the other countries that you control. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. What cup? The cup of abominations, man. The cup of wickedness. Okay? Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked. The punishment of thy iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion, which you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thy iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. Did you say your sins reach into heaven? Right? Because you control the entire planet with your wickedness, man. A bastard shall dwell in Ashdod. When you look it up, Ashdod is in the land of Israel, man. Now, who's dwelling in the land? Edomites, man. Amalek, okay? You Edomites, you Amalek, you Amalekites, you Khazars, you are destroying the land. That's how we know, according to these scriptures, who is in power of the earth today, man. And it's you Edomites. And you're going to be put down, right? You got to go in slavery. So enjoy, because this is your kingdom. This is your kingdom, Esau. And this is the only kingdom you're going to get, man. You don't rule. You've been ruling since the Greeks, man. Okay, you went down for a short period of time, for 1,000 years. You came back into rulership, and you've been destroying the earth since the mid 1300s, man. Okay, even before that, before you went down. But if you came back into power, as it tell you in Revelation chapter 20, Revelation 20 and 3, and it reads, they say, and cast him into the bottomless pit, and shut him up, and set a seal upon him, that he should deceive the nations no more, till 1,000 years should be fulfilled. And after that, he must be loosed a little season, right? A little season. And it breaks back off, it jumps back in verse 7. And when 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison, which is you Edomites, when you came out of the Caucasus mountain, Petra. And when 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison, and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four corners of the earth. Did not you come back in the rulership? That's what rebirth is all about, right? Rebirth. Um, Lock it. What's the word? Man, it escapes me for the moment. Um, man, So what you created was whitewash, right? Iconoclasm, whitewashing, right? And then rebirth. Oh, Renaissance. Renaissance mean rebirth, man. Okay, so you came back in the Renaissance era during the mid 1300s, and you whitewashed everything. And you did what? You deceived the nations with what, man? The philosophies that was already out there. You just took them, bind them all up together, and ran with it, man. Okay, you ever had this devil, Constantine, that had them forming all these religions together, right? Under the banner of Christianity, right? Having people work. That's why you got today. That's why Obama devil ass said that you can worship any God you want to under the banner of Christianity. We are one nation, right? Same thing Nimrod tried to do, same thing Antiochus Epiphanes tried to do, man. Right? Join everybody together, make everybody one people. But the same way you Edomite tried to do that, just like Haman, right? Tried to destroy the Israelites because, hey, Israel wasn't going to be joined to you people as one, man. Right? Because they were following their laws of their heavenly Father Yahweh, and you had your laws. It's the same thing going on now. This devil came back in the rulership, tried to bind everybody together under the banner of Christianity, man. But the Bible, Christianity has nothing to do with the Bible, man. I'm talking about nothing. Okay? But these devils came back in the power to see the whole earth with the philosophies that Constantine and these other devils had already put together. Okay? Esau took over the land, over the world, and used the philosophy to destroy people. So when it say, and when 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison and shall go out to deceive the nations. What does the devil mean? Diablos, deceiver, accuser, right? Slanderer. You a deceiver, man. And shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four corners of the earth. Did not this devil deceive the whole entire planet with his philosophies? Yes, he did that. Okay? Who is in rulership? The Edomites, man. Thus saith the Lord. Thus saith the scriptures, man. And you can't get around it. You Edomites control the entire world, man. Job 9:24, the earth was given to the hand of the wicked. He covered the face of the judge thereof. If not him, wherein who is he? You covered the faces of the Israelites and the Messiah, man. Okay? You cover the face of Yahushua, right? To be yourself. Then you do that. Who faces on the money, man? You Edomites, right? Showing you who's in rulership, man. You Edomites faces on the money. Just like Yahushua asked them who faces on the money. They said Caesar, man. It's you same devil that's in rulership right now, man. You same Caesars is back on earth right now in rulership, man. Okay? You same Romans, man. It's in rulership right now, man. Starting with the Rothschilds, man. Okay? And I don't see why it's so hard for people to understand, which I understand because the Lord say, only the wise understand the wicked will not get it. Okay, we understand that. But you people see these Edomites in rulership, and when a person reads you the verses, Job 9:24, how you don't get that, man? When you look at their face on the money, man, okay, on the coins, on the money, how you don't understand who's in control of the earth, man? Okay, the Lord put them in rulership because this is their kingdom, man, and this is all they're gonna get. This is it. Okay, it's Israelite time. It's the Israelites' time to rule now. Starting with the elect first and foremost. Okay, under Yahushua. You Edomites, this is your kingdom. Enjoy it, man. Okay, you have destroyed the earth. Matter of fact, since I'm already here, Revelation 11 and 12, man. And it reads, also like Revelation 11:18. And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come. All the nations are angry with you Edomites, man. Why? Because you are destroying the nations, man. Okay? With trade wars, man. These people is sick of you Edomites, man. You devils is putting more sanctions on these other nations than ever before, man. You are destroying the earth right now in this time more than ever before, man. Revelation 11:18, the nations were angry and thy wrath is come. The Heavenly Father, Yahweh, wrath is come, man. Who he sent him to show his wrath? Yahweh Shai, his only begotten son. In the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants the prophets, Leviticus 15 and Leviticus 25 tell you the servants are Israelites, man. And to the saints. Revelation 50, Revelation 140, Salakia. Psalm 50 and 5, Psalm 148 and 14, Psalm 149, 1 and 2 tell you that the saints are Israelites. And them that fear thy name, the only one that can fear the name of the Heavenly Father Yahweh is Israelites. Because tell you in Malachi that the Lord's name is dreadful among the heathen. That's talking about 2/3 of Israel, but it's also talking about all 17 heathen nations. That's why these devils change, added dots and dashes and call it vowel points. You devils, you Jewish Masoretes, and they added dots and dashes and call it vowel points to change the name of the Lord because they say we can't get the kingdom of heaven, and they already know they can't get the kingdom of heaven. They can't call on the name of the Lord, so we're going to make it where they can't call on, where the Israelites can't call on the name of the Lord as well, man. So they added dots and dashes and call it vowel points, and they changed the name of the Lord because they can't worship the Lord. They know that. They can't worship the Lord. They can't get the kingdom of heaven. These Edomites know that. The elite Edomites know they can't get the kingdom. It's you regular peon dummy Edomites, you six-pack devils that don't understand the scriptures, man. Okay? Because it wasn't given to you. But your elites know they can't get the kingdom of heaven. The elites know they going to slavery. So they changed the name of the Lord. So they don't wish the Lord. This the Lord. He did it, right? Because he said He gonna take our heritage from us. But He said in the land of our captivity, we shall remember ourselves and we shall think upon His name. So for a period of time, the Lord moved it out the earth, man. Okay, but He put it back because this is for who? Israelites. Read this again. And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants, the prophets, which are Israelites, according to Leviticus 25 and many other verses, and to the saints, which are Israelites, according to Psalm 50 and 5, Psalm 148, right? Psalm 149. And to them that fear thy name, which are Israelites. It tell you in Proverbs 9 and 10, right? Fear is the beginning of wisdom, right? Anyone that fear the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, man. Small and great, right? And should have destroyed them which destroy the earth. Who the hell destroying the earth? Israelites don't control not one thing, man. Chinese don't control nothing, man. The Japanese don't control nothing, right? The so-called Africans don't control nothing. The Elamites, the East Indians, they don't control nothing, man. The Arabs, they don't control nothing, man. Who is controlling the earth, man? The Edomites, right? So you got like forms of Elamites and forms of Moabites and Ammonites control the earth on certain parts, but they don't rule the entire planet, man. You can best believe in every one of these countries, China, Russia, we know Russia is Edomites, China, Japan, Africa, Edomite control all these countries, man. Every part of the world, the Lord have let you Edomites rule it in wickedness. This is your kingdom, man. So you might as well enjoy your kingdom while you can, because this is your kingdom. And this is all you got to look forward to, man. Okay? You're destroying on every side, man. That's what the Lord say. This is our Revelation 11 and 11. And after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from power entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. So when you see this going on, you're in terrible fear because now you don't know what to do. All you can do is send out your agents, right? Your little recruiters to try to come up against the word of the Lord because you know that this it, man. If you see this going, then at least understand what's going on. It's the regular Edomites that don't know what's going on, man. They know their kingdom is falling, right? And only thing they can do is be spectators, man. So going back to Lamentation 4 and 21, say, rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwelleth in the land of Uz, that dwelleth in Babylon the Great, right? Mystery Babylon, Great Britain. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shall make thyself naked. So your kingdom is falling, and this all you got, man. Okay? There's nothing else left for you after this but slavery, man. It's Jeremiah 49 at verse 12, and it reads, "But thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, they who judge was not to drink of the cup have surely drunken, and art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished. Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it." Talking about that cup. Shalom, Yahabashim Shah Bashim Kakodash. This brother from the camp, he put up Job 20 and 22, and it reads, "In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits." Right. So you devils is trying to push the RFID microchip, right? When you think you got your plan to the max, right, to your sufficiency, he said he shall be in straits, right? You're going to be in a heavy trouble, man. It's going to be destruction. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. That's why the Lord say in Revelation 18, right? All the nations are angry. Therefore, the Lord say, come up against her. The Job 20:22, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits, trouble, man, right? On every side. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him, right? When he is about to fill his belly, power shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. Rain what upon him, man? Missiles, man. Destruction. A total destruction, man. Okay? So when you go to Revelation, oh yeah, come. Let me finish reading that. Job 20, go back to 23. It say, when he is about to fill his belly, power shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. What? The missiles, man. He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow shall strike him through, man. Right? Talking about the missiles, man. So when you go to Revelation, because it say, every hand of the wicked shall be upon them, man. Revelation 18, and I'm starting at 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, "Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, that ye receive not of her plagues. For her sins have reached unto heaven, power have remembered her iniquity, reward unto her, as she rewarded unto you." Talking to who? The other nations. "And double unto her, double according to her works." Right? "In the cup which she hath filled, fill to her double." So when you go to Jeremiah, because them nations is finna do that, man. At Jeremiah 51 and 7. Jeremiah 51 and 6. It say, "Flee out of the midst of Babylon, and deliver every man's soul. Be not cut off her iniquity. For this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her recompense. Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore the nations are mad." Okay? So the Lord, he said what? Verse 11 say, "Make bright thy arrows, gather the shield. The Lord hath raised up the spirit of the kings of the Medes. For his device is against Babylon to destroy it, because it is the vengeance of the Lord Yahweh, the vengeance of his temple." Okay, it said, for his device is against Babylon. What's his devices? It said Jeremiah 50 and 25. This is devices. This is the devices of the Lord. Jeremiah 50:25. "The Lord Yahweh have opened his armory and brought forth the weapons of his indignation, for this is the work of the Lord, power of hosts, in the land of the Chaldeans, man, in the land of the Edomites. And what's going to come upon you is destruction, swift destruction, man." Okay, that's how we know. Oh, matter of fact, let me read this. Isaiah 49. "This is how we know you Edomites is in rulership of the earth, man." This Isaiah 47 and 1. "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon." Let you know that Babylon have a daughter, okay? The ancient Babylon have a daughter, man. "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans. Thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate." Now, Psalms 137 is a precept. Actually, Isaiah 47:1 is a precept to Psalm 137. Psalm 137:7. And it reads, Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. Right? Meaning bring it down, bring it down. O daughter of Babylon, who are to be destroyed. Happy shall he be that reward of thee that has served us. Who is us? The Israelites. So, O daughter of Babylon is the Edomites. This shows you that the Edomites are the ones that's in rulership today on the entire planet, man. We know the Rothschilds own everything. They face on the money, right? They control the entire planet, man. Again, Yahweh Shah said, who faces on the money? They said Caesar faces on the money, man. Render to Caesar what is Caesar's, and render to the Lord's what is the Lord's, man. These are the same Romans today. Ain't they damn face still on the money today, man? You can't get around it. You Edomites, enjoy your kingdom, because a bastard cannot enter into the congregation of the Lord, man. And you are bastards. The Lord say he did not deal with you. Oh, the Lord say if you be without chastisement, right? He ain't dealing with you. And you will be like bastards. You are as bastards. So I'm going to close with this. Ecclesiasticus chapter 2, verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make no haste in the time of trouble. Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased in the last end. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. Right? He tell you that he give you the bread of affliction, the water of adversity, right? Thy eyes shall see thy teachers. Believe in him, and he will help thee. Order thy way right and trust in him. Without trust in the Heavenly Father Yahweh, your ass gonna be destroyed, man. Okay? Like I said at the beginning of the video, man, you had this Jake, police just got killed in Alabama, man. Okay? And it bothered me because the man was 40 years old. I just turned 40, man, okay, in July, right? Which we ain't celebrating the birthday, but I just turned 40. So-called, according to the white man, so-called white man. That guy was 40 years old, man. The Lord took his ass, man. He was on the police force for 13 years. The Lord took his ass. He gone. Back in the spiritual realm, man. Okay? You got a Jake. I just read the arc at the beginning of the video, at the beginning of the lesson. This Jake, he was a Yale graduate, right? It said he was a Wall Street banker and entrepreneur, man. Now this nigga is homeless in LA, man, in Los Angeles. Okay? The Lord just took this lady. She was one of the top journalists. Her name was Cookie Roberts. Died at 75 years old. This Edomite this morning on the news, this devil killed all four of his children and his wife, man. Okay? And he hid the body for 2 weeks, man. They don't put fear in your asses, man, out there in the world, man. Oh, this football player from Cleveland Browns, man. Nigga and his wife riding a Lamborghini, 2019. Tie blew out, right? I don't know if they waiting on the record man or what, the record truck. Hey, somebody hit the car. The car hit his wife and killed her, man. Hey, now she's standing right. 1 minute she's standing there thinking about all the money they got. Next thing you know, she opened her eyes. She in front of your house like, Lord, what happened? How do I get here? Hey, the Lord is jacking people's up, man, on a heavy level. And you niggas don't got no fear in the Lord out there, man. Believe in him, Ecclesiastes 2 and 6. Believe in him and he will help thee. Order thy way right and trust in him. Ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy and go not aside, lest ye fall, man. Ye that fear the Lord, hope for good and for everlasting joy and mercy. Look at the generation of old and see, did any ever trust in the Lord and was confounded? Hell no, man. Our righteous forefathers, man, was never confounded, man. Even Job, with all his tribulation and trials, man. Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? No. Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? For the Lord is full of compassion and mercy, long suffering, and very pitiful, and forgiveness, and forgiveth sins, and saveth in the time of affliction. And then the Lord say, it say, and saveth in the time of affliction. Then he said in Revelation 3, that's gonna come upon all the world, right? But he shall keep you from that same hour of temptation, man. Woe be unto the fearful hearts and faint hands and the sinner that go two ways. Hey, Matthew 6 says you can't serve two gods, man. You will love the one and hate the other, or you will despise one, man. Right? You can't serve, you can't go two ways, man. Then don't the scripture tell you, is it James, a double-minded man is stable in all his ways, man? You being double-minded is two ways, man. And it ain't gonna work with the Lord, man. Woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not, therefore shall he not be defended. Don't Psalm 91 tell you, if you trust in the shadow of the Almighty, he's gonna protect you in that day, man. He gonna give his angels charge over thee, man. Nah, if you want him to 2/3, he gonna get them same angels charge over thee to destroy your ass, man. This is verse 14. Woe unto you that have lost patience, right? And what will ye do when the Lord shall visit you, man? Losing patience meaning what? You're tired of suffering, man. Right? The word patient go back to suffering. You don't want to suffer no more. Right? You tired of suffering. You want to go back into the world. But guess what? Go ahead, man. Go ahead, man. They that fear the Lord will not disobey his word. What's the word? Do the will. Stay diligent, man. And they that love him will keep his ways. They that fear the Lord will seek that which is well pleasing unto him, and they that love him shall be filled with the law. They that fear the Lord Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, will prepare their hearts and humble their souls in his sight. Preparing your heart is what? Getting ready, man, for the battle that's about to come, man. Right? It says, saying, we will fall into the hands of the Lord and not into the hands of men. Okay, we are to obey Yahweh rather than men. But as his majesty is, so is his mercy, man. And in closing, Isaiah 33:6, man. Hey, Lord, witness are edifying, man. Isaiah 33:6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. Do you understand that? The fear of the Lord, man. Man, if you turn on your local news right now, man, it's dead bodies all over the cities, man. Okay? Being in Florida, us being in Florida, the Akim, it's 67 cities in Florida, man. Don't you know every city in Florida is 10, 20 people dead, man? When you go to every state around the world, every state have plenty of cities. Every city, man, is bodies on top of bodies that die every day, man. Who's doing that? The Lord, man. Why? Because the ass is the wicked, and they ain't turning back to the Heavenly Father Yahweh, man. And they're gonna be destroyed, man. Okay? Esau, Edom, this is your kingdom. Enjoy your kingdom, man. Live it up. You got this Edomite just killed all 4 of his kids and his wife. What is that, man? Hey, you Edomites is hurt, man. Your opioid crisis, your suicide rate, right? You got opioid crisis, heavy, suicide rate, heavy. You are dying faster you could be born, right? And you cannot populate, man. You are dying faster you can be born. You got the suicide rate, you got the OD rate, right? You Edomites is losing, man. The kingdom is falling. So rejoice and be glad, O daughters of Edom. This is your kingdom. And you can't get another after this, man. It's Israelites' time to rule, man. Okay, forever. Lord willing, I give our praise to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rekakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who well, who teach well, and the sincere salutations to all the occupants pushing the truth, but the 4 winds of the earth, the entire world, working up the hope for the elect. Shalom to the Aqua who are listening and learning. The few sisters who are listening and learning. Hey, Shalom, Shalom. So with that, Shalom.